This is the Conservative American Message, hosted by the one and only Cam Lau. It is Sunday, July 23rd, 2023, and you can join me every week for the greatest political commentary known to man. Malcolm X once said, "The media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent, and that's power, because they control the minds of the masses." So I learned something new this week. I discovered that Iran is actually the leading nation in the world for transgender sex change surgeries. This was completely shocking to me coming from a country that throws homosexuals off of buildings, but when looked into, it really isn't that surprising. Iran has found a solution for their gay population. Just switch them over to the other gender and voila, they're straight. This is a prime example of how transgenderism does not mesh with the whole LGBT nonsense. They just aren't compatible. Like feminism, these liberal ideas do not work alongside each other. There's no logic. Speaking of gays, a school board in the state of California has gotten itself into some trouble for simply trying to do their job. Governor Gavin Newsom's state education department was pushing for textbooks in social studies that put a focus on LGBT issues in American history. For example, there are lessons about Harvey Milk, who was the first gay elected official in the state, who was later killed by his colleague. Harvey Milk has been accused of being a pedophile and of raping teenage boys. Of course, nothing has ever been proven, but the Temecula school board president asked why should they be teaching about a pedophile to their students. So the board ultimately voted against the use of the textbook in their schools, which caught the attention of the governor. So now, Gavin Newsom is trying to interfere with a local elected official's decision through his own executive powers. He's going to force his agenda down the throats of California students and also fine the district $1.5 million for not following his directives. The Democratic Party is all for public education until the people who are literally voted into office disagree with them. Then they grab the control back and force them to comply. I'm honestly not even sure why we have school boards anymore. All of that power that was intended to be theirs has been hijacked by the Department of Education and the teachers' unions. This is precisely why I do not intend to allow the government to educate my children. It just isn't safe. This is your weekly reminder to follow the Conservative American Message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Truth Social. There's a link tree in the description of this episode where you can find everything, which also includes our new YouTube channel that's been revamped. Also, share the podcast with everyone you know, post it on your story so we can reach as many people as possible. Jason Aldean recently released a music video for his new song, Try That in a Small Town, which stirred up quite a bit of controversy. This song is basically calling out the protesters, rioters, and criminals that appear to get away with everything in big urban places, and he's pointing out the fact that that isn't going to fly in small-town America. The music video shows news clips of protesters, flag burning, robberies, all of that degenerate behavior that the left has become known for. It's really a great song with a great message. But it isn't a very popular message with those leftists. And what does the leftists do when they dislike something? They call it racist and dangerous. Jason Aldean's song has been viciously attacked for promoting violence and racism, and some have even accused the country singer of being pro-lynching just because a black man was lynched at the courthouse where he filmed the video. I mean, seriously, good luck finding a courthouse in the South that doesn't have some sort of racist past. As far as the actual song goes, there's not one mention of anything even remotely racist. He doesn't promote violence. He is simply pointing out that if you come to a small town and, say try to rob a liquor store, you need to understand that most of the people in there are likely to be armed. The problem that the left has is really just about the video clips that shows these degenerates being incredibly disrespectful and unlawful when they were claiming to peacefully protest. They feel exposed, and they don't like it. Jason Aldean responded to the controversy on Twitter and quickly pointed out the fact that every clip was real news footage of what these people were actually doing. The song is supposed to be about the sense of community that he remembers from growing up in a small town. CMT has decided that this video is so racist that they had to pull it from their lineup. But people aren't buying into that woke garbage media lies anymore. Try That in a Small Town made it to number 1 on the Billboard charts, the previous number 1 being Morgan Wallen's last song Last Night, even though they tried to cancel him a long time ago. So let the media say what they're going to say, and let the liberals scream and cry, but at the end of the day, whether you're a company, an artist, or just an average Joe, doing the right thing always pays off. Well, that's all I have time for. Were you offended by this podcast? Good. Thanks for listening, guys. I really appreciate you all. Have a great week and stay conservative.